Salvete omnes, this is I'm Amelia, also known as the Martian Geek. In the last episode, we experienced quite a wide variety of climates on that mountain. We first had a desert stage with tornadoes and lakitus, then an ice stage with swinging poles on vines, and then a castle full of moving stone blocks, and a Monty Mole in a tank. And from World 6, we now move on to World 7. And yes, I'm aware that that number is up there is not in fact a 7. That is because World 7, like World 4, actually has to be unlocked. So, I will see you guys in a minute back when we go do that. Why am I in World 4? Because I'm crazy! And because the easiest way to get to World 7 is actually to warp there. You're supposed to defeat the World 5 boss while mini, just like we did with the World 2 boss. But, to be perfectly honest, as I said back in Episode 8, we have a warp cannon here, and it's so much easier to use than the normal way. We might as well use it. There's no reason not to. And hey, I actually get to show off what the warp cannons do. You might also have noticed that the backgrounds in this game have two layers, a top layer and a bottom layer. And in the warp cannons, the top layer always matches the world you're in, and the bottom layer always matches the one you're going to. Though admittedly, this is not a very good place to show it off, because plenty of backgrounds have clouds as the back layer, and the front layer isn't actually the standard forest background, so the important point is we have a cannon here that says World 7 on it. It turns around and sends Mario flying into the distance with a twinkle in the sky. And here we are in World 7. The Cloud World, or Sky, whatever you want to call it. And now it shows up on the world map. Oh yeah, and there's a time limit in that cannon stage. So I guess if you hung around there, you could technically die even though there are no hazards. That would be pretty pathetic. Anyway, World 7-1. As you can imagine, being a sky world and the fact that Mario games don't usually distinguish sky levels from athletic levels, there are a lot of athletic levels in this world. Starting with this one. Standard stay on the line-guided platform kind of level. Not unlike Cheese Bridge area in Super Mario World, except there's only one platform to deal with this time. And in case you're wondering how you get that coin, or thinking maybe perhaps you have to throw a Koopa shell at it, don't worry, it's really a lot easier than that. Now here you actually have a bit of a choice of pathway, and I want that question mark block, but it tends to be kind of hard. Okay, I got it. Yeah, that thing will just keep flying away. Also, if I remember this stage correctly, you actually cannot get all 3 star coins in one go. Maybe if you're very careful and backtrack, but I guess I don't remember for sure. We're halfway through at any rate. And we have more line-guided platforms. Whoa. Okay, now it's like Cheese Bridge area. We have a couple of them. I don't even know what I was trying to do there, but it failed, whatever it was. We have Fire Chomps from Super Mario Bros. 3. You were supposed to go farther up, you stupid Fire Chomp. Well, I'm small, but if I get these red coins, I should be good. Wow, those things respawn quickly. Holy moly. I think that was actually the 3rd star coin, so I think I did miss one. But I'll have to check that afterward. Too busy trying to dodge Fire Chomps. In all honesty, for being a sky world, and therefore having a lot of bottomless pits and whatnot, World 7 really isn't that difficult. Yeah, I missed a star coin, I knew it. And it was the 2nd one. I knew it.
So nice.
Well, I think I'll just go back to that after I finish all the other levels. Yeah, I might even say this one's a little on the easy side, considering the theme and the fact that it's so far into the game. And we already are at the Ghost House. The World 7 Ghost House comes kind of early in the world. And this is a rather confusing one. Guess I didn't need that. Hit that switch and you have 5 doors. They all lead somewhere. Some of them are important, some of them aren't. And, of course, this one has a secret exit. I can never remember which door does what, so let's find out together. In door number 1 we have booze, and we have another switch up there. Come on, Boo, get out of my way. Wow, they are just right where I need to be. Okay. Oh well, that door leads us to the same room. Let's find out what's behind door number 2. Okay, good. Here's our first star coin, and this stuff is interesting. It's like wavy yellow goop. Door number 3. More yellow goop, but this time you can actually ground pound it. And you have to do that to get the star coin. And actually to get out of the room, because that's where the switch is. Very resilient, that yellow goop. Actually, I pounded a little too far to the right, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Probably want to be facing to the left in this room, because it will prevent that boo from being a problem. Okay, so that's 3 doors down and 2 star coins. Door number 4 actually leads somewhere, it seems. Oh, a question mark block with a boo in it. Yes. And these things are interesting. Phantom hands, I believe they're called. They can't hurt you. Their only purpose is to help you point to an invisible question mark block that moves back and forth. And we're back in the room again. Well, there's only one door we haven't tried, so... And more phantom hands. This time we probably want to wait until the invisible block is... Oh yeah, see? You can even stand on it when it's invisible. Wait until it's over to the right, because we need to use this to get up on these platforms. I think that door just leads back to the main room, but I'm not sure. And speaking of P-switches, this is where the path split is. You want to pick one path and hurry. Actually, I have to wonder if that's a reference to the... Oh, so close, so close. There's the 3rd star coin. I bet this is the exit. Yes, it is. I actually kind of wonder if that room is a reference to Valley Ghost House in Super Mario World. It had a similar thing with the P-switch run. Well, that's 2 star coins and a secret exit I've missed. I'm going to have my work cut out for me this episode, I think. But nothing is particularly difficult to get, so... Either of them require a mini mushroom.
Here I go.
What awaits us in 7-2? Well, it is another athletic/sky level, naturally. And we're introduced to a new kind of gimmick platform. This thing, it constantly rises, and... you can get a one up there with those Koopas. Depending on which part of it you stand, it will either move left or right. Another thing about this one is it is a wrapping vertical level. So if you go off the right side, as I just did, you come out the left, and vice versa. Not a difficult level, just pay attention to where everything is. Especially collectibles like that star coin, because it's rather easy to miss stuff. They're not as easy as some other vertically oriented athletic levels I could probably think of. Okay, I can actually get those... Not quite. Yeah, well, I'm fully powered up and fully maxed out on lives. I don't really need red coins anyway. Whoa, Koopa. Okay, bounce me into your brethren. Thanks. And now we have a Koopa on the platform. That could be problematic. At least it would be if Koopas weren't kind of weak. Okay. Actually, maybe it could be problematic. How many star cones we've gotten? Just one, I think. This isn't an auto-scroller, but you still might want to try staying ahead of the screen a bit. because you want to make sure you don't miss anything. Flick this guy into there. And that question mark block looks a bit suspicious, wouldn't you say? Oh, and I'm going to need another Koopa. That poor Koopa down there just... There's another star going for us, and a 1-up in the bargain. And let's get hit by all the Koopas! Please tell me that... Okay, it didn't. And there's our last star coin. If I can get it without being Koopa'd to death. And yes, I can. Well, I'm not out of the woods yet. There we go. That stage was actually a little more interesting and fun than I remember it being. You'd expect it to be tedious, but it's not as bad as, say, the Rising Platform Tower levels. There are enough flying Koopas and stuff to keep you busy in that one. Overall, though, still not terribly difficult. And speaking of not terribly difficult, 7-3, also known as the Giant Wiggler level. Why is it called that? Well, it should be obvious. We have regular-sized Wigglers here, but in the next room, we have the biggest freaking Wiggler you ever did see. He can't hurt you, though. You just pretty much ride him throughout the level and pay attention to his wave pattern. Pretty much 1, 2, and then the third one is higher. This one actually doesn't have any checkpoints, but it doesn't need them because it's an easy level. Oh yeah, and somewhere in here you get a star and you can pretty much finish the rest of the level while invincible. We do have Koopas and Goomba generators. And Boomerang Bros, which are probably the main threat here. That was almost very nasty. Star coins right out in the open. Absolutely nothing is hidden in this one. That's a star, but I don't want it because that would be way too cheap. That would have been a star if I'd been invincible already. It's worth noting that for whatever reason when you're invincible in this one you actually leave behind a trail of blue coins. Ow. I said the stage was easy, I didn't say it was impossible to die. Yeah, they do like to chain the stars in this one. There's another. And Boomerang Bro. And here's the exit. You might notice we are missing a star coin. Do not, I repeat, do not ground pound the leftmost block here. Well, wait a minute, actually, maybe I am supposed to. Okay, I stand corrected. This time you actually do want to make a vine go down. Because it will enable you to get that star coin and get back up. Or you could just go up with the pipe. I actually didn't know you could do that. Don't listen to a word I say. We are running low on time, though. But, well, the goal is right here. See if I can actually get up there. That's not what I call getting up there. I know I'm running out of... There we go! And that'll be it for the levels in this episode. That was 4. 7-1, 7-2, 7-3 in the Ghost House. But we have some unfinished business in some of those aforementioned levels. So, let's go back and do that, shall we? Okay, remember this part? Just at the end of the first room. Platform? Thank you. Okay, now, you have to be pretty careful in your timing here, because you want to run and jump off that platform, and there's a pipe down here. Not the most obvious thing in the world, but I still think I actually did find that one on my own. Some coins here, and no prizes for guessing how you get to that star coin that we can't see right now. So I guess these things do show up in another level. I forgot about this. There's our second star coin. And a 1-up in the bargain. Definitely a bonus room worth going into. Of course, the thing about that shortcut is it puts you ahead of the midway point, which is probably even more jerkish than putting you ahead of a star coin. But we got it now, so... next, after I defeat this Fire Chomp. Okay, back to the same room. And technically I needn't even have shown this off on camera, because you already saw where the coin was. You just have to hurry through there, so that you can get up to that platform, and there's your star coin. And there's the door to the normal exit. Alright, I just messed myself up. Oh well. Actually, that's probably one of the easier ghost houses in the game. It can be a little bit confusing with the 5 doors and whatnot, but not very dangerous. Just like the Valley Ghost House in Super Mario World, I guess. That one was actually pretty easy for being in the last world. In the next episode, we will move on to the next stage, which will be the tower. But that's it for this one. So I will see you then.